I'm sure you all heard by now that unfortunately Nick and Mariah seem to be headed for divorce. I mean, that's just... The craziest part that I keep hearing about is their allegedly ironclad prenup. Now, it makes me wonder, are prenups as necessary as wedding bands these days? I mean, because does everybody have to have one? I mean, I know if I had to get married, I would have to have one because I don't want to, you know, divide up my Beanie Baby collection, so. But Nick and Mariah, I mean, come on, that's money. Yeah, that's money right there.
That's wealth. I think that when you have the kind of shiny old coins that Mariah has, she has some old crinkled up $100 bills that we ain't seen in like 30 years, right? You kind of have to protect yourself. Not saying that Nick is a guy digger. Oh, you like that?
Guy digger.
He's not a guy digger at all. You know, he works really hard. He's always worked hard for Mariah, and he's not that kind of dude. But when you got the kind of wealth as Mariah, you kind of got to protect yourself.
We're talking over $500 million.
Yeah, that's not a vision of love. That's a vision of money right there. All right.
She is worth over $500 million. I think a lot of people feel that they help develop that person into the success and who they become in the years of marriage. So they feel like when it ends, they should be able to benefit from what they created with that person.
Right.
And I think the only difference here is that Nick didn't help create who Mariah is.
No. Well, and
you know what I mean?
Sometimes prenup, I know for my situation, our parents actually told Adam and I to get a prenup before we got married. I made my money before Adam and I married, and he made his money with the family winery, and they just wanted to protect that. And it made me feel good because I knew that Adam wasn't marrying me for my money, and I wasn't marrying him, you know, for his.
I would have married you for that sister. I would have.
Adam ain't doing too bad himself, honey. Sure.
Exactly. So in our case, there was more about, you know, just respect.
And I think that's cool that the families were looking out for you guys. When I was growing up, I wasn't, you know, I didn't understand what a prenup was. And I think still today, prenups always had a stigma from LA or Hollywood and marriages, so it doesn't look great. However, when Freddie and I got married, his father worked really hard to create a great living and security for his family. So when we got married, we did sign a prenup to make sure that we knew that that money for his family is set for his family, and that's secure for him. But then later on, as I started working and making my own coin, I started to realize, like, I haven't secured anything for my family. And having a talk with my husband, I realized prenups can help protect our families, not just us.
And that's the thing. Prenups are also good for just regular people. You don't have to be super rich to have a prenup, because sometimes you get into a marriage, especially now marriages, you know, you have other children, so it can protect you from child support obligations or college debt, things like that. So it's really important. And you know what? Do not sign the prenup. This is my opinion. On the day of your wedding, all right? Do not do that, all right?
Funny, but the reason why you're saying that is because it doesn't sound romantic. You guys are planning your divorce before you even get married, and there's something that's really not romantic about that.
But Adrienne,
go ahead.
You have to be very smart. Breakups cause people to act crazy.
Yes.
Sometimes when people break up, they turn into the person that you didn't marry. So to me, it wasn't not being romantic. It was just being smart. It was being wise. But I can kind of see where you're coming from. But I think it depends on
why would I marry somebody that I think even in a breakup would, you know, throw integrity and put their character aside?
Adrienne, people become unrecognizable when you're going through a breakup. I remember my mother saying that my father became unrecognizable. And this is a person that she's been with since she was 15 years old. Now, I wasn't raised with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I wasn't raised with a plastic one either. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my parents built what they have now together, do you know? And so I think I took that into my own marriage. So Vincent and I, we don't have a prenup. However,
You ain't got a prenup?
For what? No, because when we got married, we had a discussion, and we discussed that divorce is not an option. So, you know, that will always be the last of the resort. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a product of a divorced child, and I didn't like the way it made me feel. Oh, she's coming undone. Let me put her back together again. She can't be Humpty Dumpty.
That's God got a way of telling you some stuff. Quiet.
So, Adrienne, are you
very passionate
earrings falling off?
Your earring is just...
Wait, and it won't stay on. Won't he do it?
Yes, he will. If you let him.
Oh, my God.